I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed devils. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His blessing and praise cast among our beloved Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Dear brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I resume the code for some numerical systems in the Great Wise Quran, especially for those related to the disjointed letters, where this like a question being asked or set of questions being asked about these letters. What are these letters? Why they're there? What they do in the Quran? To the point, like people gave so many opinions about these letters. Even non-Muslim, participate and try to interpret for these letters and give us their thoughts, and go through that window to spread their lies about the Quran and these letters and what these letters is or are. Okay, that's what I'm doing. In the group of letters Ta, Sin, Mim came in 3 locations. I started this decoding in the previous lecture. Ta, Sin, Mim Ash-Shu'ara, chapter 26, and Ta, Sin, Mim An-Naml, chapter 27, and Ta, Sin, Mim Al-Qasas, Ta, Sin, An-Naml, Ta, Sin, Mim Al-Qasas, the stories, 26, 27, 28, Revelation 47, 48, 49. Okay, we know that. So I look, the question is this. In these 3 chapters, they have been right over here. How many letters Ta, Sin, Mim? Then it came this much number. 9 and 79, I'm sorry, it's 287. Multiple geometrical value 960, 960. For Sin and Mim 40 gave this big number here. So we're dealing with 71291. 71, the word At-Tariq, the path. Because I claim in this study that Ta represent At-Tariq, and Sin represent As-Saway, and Mim represent Muhammad, peace be upon him. So that's what I'm trying to prove this opinion for you. If I cannot prove it, then you're gonna put this opinion, bark it next to the rest of the opinions people said through the history about him. So how I'm doing him, I'm like decoding with Ta, Sin. At-Tariq As-Saway, the path of Muhammad, the path of the Messiah, son of Mary, 1495, the length of the Tariq. Okay, there's another way to look this up. If we take out of this one 624, so I release some of these inside the calculation. What could be 624? 624, if you take 19, the word Wahid represent Allah Almighty, and Tariq 319 is the word Tariq. You need to know at least the geometrical values of the Arabic alphabet at the order of abjad. Wahid represent Allah and His Prophet 286. Muhammad bin Abdullah alayhi salam. 109 is the value of Ta, Sin, Mim. Ta, Sin, Mim. Ta, Sin, Mim. Ta is here, this much here. 9, 60 and 40. Ta, Sin, Mim. Okay, how much this adds up to? So we have 624 times 109, 68016. Move it out of 71,291 plus. Okay, 727. What? Where I am? 3275. 3275. Okay, take this decoding as follow. The word represent Allah, the Lord of the Sirat. 1138 At-Tariq As-Sawi Al-Mustaqim. 1138 At-Tariq As-Sawi Al-Mustaqim. If Mim represent Mustaqim, could be طريق سوي مستقيم. طريق سوي مستقيم. طريق سوي مستقيم. طريق سوي مستقيم. a path, straight, and mustaqim, saway mean like flat maybe, and mustaqim straight, whatever how you're gonna translate it. 66 represent the word Allah. 1138. What lifts 2071? 2071, take 577 Bi'thi, the Quranic calendar. 1494, when the door of the Tariq shut down, when the door of the Sirat shut down. Same decoding you can do. Tariq Saway, Mustaqim, Tariq Muhammad, same thing with the same combination here. This one here, you can do this. The word represent Allah Almighty. 1045. What is 1045? Tariq Sawi Mustaqim without Alif Lam. So I gain 90. I gain 91. I'm sorry, 93. Tariq Sawi Mustaqim. I gain from these Alif Lam 31, but they are 3 times 31, 93. Take Muhammad alayhi salam, 1495. Same kind of understanding, but different values I'm using to decode for it. Okay. This is, I don't need more. Okay. Some more, same thing, almost very close, very close. The geometrical value of, okay, the same thing, same kind of information. Let me move on. At-Tariq al-Sawi, almost same solution. I solved with At-Tariq al-Sawi al-Mustaqim, 1138. Like this number here, one other way to decode. Maybe this is weak though. 60. This is the word as-Sirat times 1138. At-Tariq al-Sawi al-Mustaqim. 162. The word al-Islam. The name of the Prophet 286. The name of the Messiah, son of Mary, peace be upon all, 1494 plus 577, the word Bi'thi, or Revelation calendar. Same kind of information. There's a technique I use to just use the symmetry. If you like to learn it, or maybe you get used to it down the road. For this number here, so if you give us same number, why you keep repeating it? Well, this is a very important topic. This is not, I'm not predicting the price of the Bitcoin in 5 years from now. The people with Bitcoin, they're gonna take off with it. They're gonna disappear with the money very soon. You'll see. Just give it some time. When they make the most money, they'll disappear. Okay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the end of the world. I'm not talking about something small. So the meaning of this, that this is the end of time, is not, I'm not predicting something like small. So if I come up with such a huge information with a small proof, you guys are gonna reject it. The people who complain first to reject. Okay. If you do this much here and you do this, say 729, a way to do it 11 times 8019. Do 19 times 80, you get 1520. 1520, take the word Muhammad or Hijri, what left 1482. 1482, what the theory is suspecting for the end of the Surat. There's other way to do it. In the 3 chapters where Tasimi mentioned these 3 letters, so if you go ahead and go in, if you have a program, I don't know how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna check behind me in case, you know, I'm doing something wrong, or maybe you find something you prove me wrong. So if you look at these 3 chapters where Tasimi mentioned and ask this question, how many verse with the letter Ta? Okay, here we check it out, Ta. It give us so many, I don't know how many, a lot, you know. How many letter the verse, how many letter Ta in all of them? 81 times. I'm not gonna discuss this now, this information. I'm gonna keep going. In this set of selection, how many letter we have seen? So we have less verses. Here I go on the 1 second. Let's go back. Something wrong happened. Okay, 1 second. Okay, the letter seen. Okay, Ta seen. Okay, there's so many. I don't know how many. Okay, and this one, how many letter? Meme mentioned now. Meme. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the verses. How many verse we have here? We have 38 verse. What about these 38 verse? If you ask this question, let me just clear this. How many verse in these 3 chapters where the letter Tasimi mentioned contain all 3 of them, all 3 letters? Okay, you're gonna find 38 verse contain Tasimim. Should I count them, or you take my word for it? Like 26:1. I'm gonna do chapter 26 now. 1, 49, 63, 79, 151, 160, 173, 182, 187, 211. Chapter 27. 1 is not mentioned Tasim, but it mentioned in Mubin. So we don't have Tasin Mim. We have Tasin 2 letters, but we have the 3rd one mentioned in Mubin in the same verse because it takes number 1. So 1, 7, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 24, 40, 48, 56, 58, 59, 62, 68. Now, chapter 28. Verse 1, 4, 10, 15, 19, 23, 29, 30, 35, 38, 45, 58, 82. So I gave you 38 numbers. These are the verses where all these verses belong to these chapters and where all of these 3 letters exist in each one of them. Okay, so what? The sum of the numbers of these verses, okay, verses numbers adds up to 2162. This much number, 2162. Okay, so what is this number? Okay, if you take out of it, what the meaning I've been saying Ta, Si, Mim represent through the whole thing. You've been hearing me saying all the time, Tariq, Sawi, Tariq Muhammad, the straight path, the path of Muhammad alayhi salam. Okay, do the same thing. If you take Tariq Sawi, Tariq Sawi 76, Tariq Sawi, this is represented by Ta and this is represented by Sin. Now Muhammad bin Abdullah, our master, peace be upon him, Muhammad bin Abdullah alayhi salam. So this is represented by Ta, this is represented by Sin, this is represented by Mim. Ta, Sin, Mim. Okay, do so. Take out of where I get this 2162. I told you these 3 letters exist in 38 verse. 38 also, this is the word Muhammad, peace be upon him, sequential value, 92 geometrical value. 38 verse split between these 3 chapters where the 3 letters exist in each one of them. You understand? So if you find him, you didn't make a mistake, you add up the number of these verses, you come up with this 2162. Now based on the knowledge, now we are thinking what could be ta sin mim, we decoding. So 2162, take out of it طريق سوي محمد بن عبد الله, what left 1481. 1481 is the Hijri year equivalent to 1494. But 1494, as you know, we are recognizing this year, the year of the sun rising from the west. Or 1481, same thing. The sequential value of Al-Fatiha. This is very nice. Okay. But what if we do this decoding for this number? If we take 457, 115, 457, 109, 1481 again. What is this number? This is sequential value. الطريق السوي, الطريق السوي, sequential value. الطريق 71, السوي 44. Or this is the word sana, geometrical value. 60 plus 50 plus 5. الطريق السوي 350 plus 107. Ta sin mim, I'm decoding for, gave me 1481, the year where the tariq, the straight path, will shut down. Why the tariq will shut down? Are they gonna put like a checkpoint or like a border? What's gonna be, why? I told you, because the sun will rise from the west and the door of the Sirat will shut down. All right. There's another way to decode, that's good enough. Just I gave you the main idea. The sum of the numbers of these verses is 2162, but is the repetition of the chapters for each verse, the number of the chapter. So we have how many in, so if you have, let's say, verse number 1, you add chapter 26, for example. Verse whatever the second one, the second was 49, then you add 46. Each you add up the verses numbers and the chapter numbers repeated for each verse. So you're gonna come up with this number 2162 for the verses, and repeating the location of these verses 1029. This is easy to do, but like this here, it's all computerized for me. So if you, I do the work I can, not the way you want it, you know. 1029, how many each verse and the number of the chapter next to it. Okay, so add up these two numbers. If you add them up, you get 3191. This much number. How come this calling for Asr? We already play Asr. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, this one maybe. That much number. Okay, decode as follow. 1138. What we said about 1138? الطريق, the path, الطريق. السوي, the straight, السوي. الطريق السوي. المستقيم 681. المستقيم, the flat straight, if you wanna translate. And the Sirat, as-Sirat 330. The name of the Prophet Muhammad. The name of the Messiah, Al-Masih alayhi salam. Alayhim salam all peace be upon all of them. That 1482. See what I'm saying? The way, any way you want it is good, as far you know what you're doing. The three في الطواسين الثلاث هناك 38 تحوي حروف طاسمين تكرار. How many times in these 38 verses, how many times, let me see if this is worth it or not. Maybe, but I don't know how to read these numbers. It's complicated. Let me do one of it. Well, some of them. Let me see. I think it's good calculation. If you look at these 38 verses, where the three letters mentioned, like I said, in these three chapters, and the three letters mentioned in each one of them, you find 38 verse. I told you the number of these verses. Okay. The question is this: in these 38 verse, not the three chapters, the 38 verse, where each letter exists out of those three letters, how many letter ta we have? We have 47. We have 47 ta. 47 is the word sirat. And how many letters sin we have? 68. 68. And how many meme we have? 188. Okay, that's nice. I want you to notice ta sin, how much these first two number adds up. I hope you know what I'm doing. I wish you guys hear and I ask you understand. That's all the time I say, do you understand before I go to next step? If he's close to understanding, I repeat. But if he's far away, if he lost, I tell him, see me after the lecture, I'll explain. But now I do not know if you know or not how I do it. But this is very simple. This is not like quantum mechanics or something very difficult. This is very easy thing. So 47 plus 68, we get 115. These two numbers. 115, but 115 is الطريق السوي. الطريق 71, السوي 44. Okay? الطريق 71, السوي 44. So as you see, this is like, when I told you this is الطريق السوي, it wasn't like from just thin air from nowhere. No, because I see the numbers. I keep seeing the numbers. Maybe we can decode for 188. 188. Let me see, maybe something without us knowing. Hold on. Okay, what we're gonna do with these numbers? We're gonna solve for them. How are we gonna solve for them? 303, the total. There's also some decoding I have over here, but it's kind of a little bit twisted though. But it's not very twisted, but it's kind of, well, it's good. Why not? That's it. I'm gonna skip this one. مجموع تكرار تنظيم حرف. What is تنظيم حرف? You multiply this by 7. This is the first note we have. We gain first note that sum of ta sin is ta sin is 115, and this is الطريق السوي sequential value. 457 minus 115 divided by 9, 38. Notice that الطريق السوي geometrical value, which is 350 plus 109, 107, 457, and the sequential value الطريق السوي 71 plus 44, 115, divide 342, take them out, so 457, subtract 1115, 342, and divide by 9. This is Arabic, like 342 must divide by 9, and if you do that you get 38, but 38 is the total verse, and this is Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. This is very remarkable also. Like I told you, this is very hard subject. I need every hint, every notice. We look times 9 times 15 times 13 sequential value, you get a lot of number here. 423, 1020, 244, 44. Okay, add them up all together, these big numbers, you get 388, 7. I want you to notice that 37 here, you see? 37 is ta, sin, mim. This number here, ta, sin, mim. Ta 9 and 15, 24 and 13, 20, 37. But also I want you to notice 88 is tariq Allah. 58 plus 30. Also I want you to notice also that 38 is Muhammad alayhi salam, the master on the path. Okay, so I want you to keep all these notes together so we can build some type of understanding for this whole like very much a lot of numbers, complicated situation here. We're gonna, if you take out of it as-sirat, which is a tariq, as-sirat mean the path, same thing, sequential value, Quranic draw without alif, times 37. What is 37? Ta, sin, mim. So how much? 60. I'm out of time. You know what? I come back to this. I don't wanna rush myself. That's it. 25 minutes. You still have time. Okay. I do between 25 and 30. Okay, let's do 60 times 37. This is 2, 0, 3 2s and 0. Take it out. Take it out here. 2, this much. 2, 2, 0. This 2, 2, 0 is الطريق السوي المستقيم. I told you about it. 1, 2, 2, 0. But here 2002, take it out of what? Take it out of 3887. So I'm gonna deal with 1667. 1667. Okay, 1667. If you take out of this much number 127. What is 127? طريق سوي محمد. طريق Muhammad Sawi. It's a language reflected by numbers. The path of Muhammad is a straight path. Okay, 1494. Same thing what we expecting. 46 is the revelation calendar. Bathi. Another way to look at it, same number, same combination. This one here, decode as follow. الطريق طريق سوي straight path of whom? Muhammad in the beginning, alayhi salatu salam, and Al-Messiah, son of Mary, Al-Masih, the Messiah. 1481, peace be upon all. Okay, there's another ways to decode. 14 times 171, 1493. 13 times, if you do 13 times, I like this one. 13 times 171, the 14 disjointed letters sequential value. 181. طريق سوي مستقيم. طريق سوي مستقيم. I use this also. 1483. 1483, the year the pleasant one take the soul of the believer. So it's almost months after this number. This same thing, all almost same kind of meaning. So conclusion, what we conclude from this little small study, that now we learn something we don't know before about these letters, how these letters work. There's multitask for these letters. You cannot simplify them and say these letters for Allah challenging the Arab to bring such kind of book, such kind of Quran. No. This is way more complicated. But how this works, Allah knows best. Here we working. We're gonna spend our life to decode for these letters. So it's not like one day job or 1 year or maybe 10-year jobs. We need to figure out how they participate in the systems. They build up. There is systems in the Quran. And these letters part of the Quran. That means these letters participate in building and perfecting the systems. Okay? Perfecting the letter Ta, perfected everything. It's a lot of information. You need to watch what I'm doing. It takes a lot of times. It takes a lot of times to figure them out. It takes a lot of times to give the lectures and upload the lectures and defend the theory and try to see if it makes sense. If not, if we go a certain direction, it goes smooth or start like it giving us hard time. You feel it. You feel it. When you do mathematics, if you do right answering, you know the numbers go smooth. If you hard, then you be scratching your head and look into your neighbor's, you know, answer to keep going. But when you do good job, you know it's the numbers fit, everything goes smooth. Okay, subhanakallah wa hamdik, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.